When publishing products to a sales channel or a marketplace such as Amazon or others, a lot of times the product is linked off of a field called product ID. And this product ID could be an ASIN, a UPC, or say an EAN. However, if one of those isn't present, we still want the item to find its match. So we need to create a rule to tell the publish job to do so. So the way that we do this is we go to our channels and our settings. We would then go to our integrations and then our publish products. Now we can just save and go through this. We're just trying to get to our mapping template. So here's our Amazon mapping template. And as mentioned, we can see here in our product ID field that it is matching off of ASIN. However, if ASIN isn't available, but UPC is, we still want it to push the UPC through to find its connection, or say it's EAN. So what we want to do here is we want to add a rule. And we're just going to start this first one that says UPC product ID. And what we're going to simply say is if the listing variant ASIN does not exist, so it doesn't have an ASIN, then we want to set this field to be the UPC. And then we're going to save that. And you always need to add your rule once you've made it. And again, what this rule is saying is if there isn't an ASIN, then please set the product's product ID to be UPC. Now, what if there isn't an ASIN or a UPC, but there's an EAN? Then we would just simply create another rule. We would name this one EAN product ID. And what we would say, again, is if ASIN does not exist and UPC does not exist, then let's set the field to EAN. So again, this is saying if there's not an ASIN and there's not a UPC, then we want to set the product ID field to fill with the EAN value. Again, once that's complete, we need to add this into our mix. Now we see both of our rules added under here. The second thing that we need to do is we need to add those rules also to our product ID type. So this is just our ID type, what it's labeling it, and this is the actual number values. So again, we can use that same rule here to do for our product ID type. So we're just going to match these again, but just do it under here. So we would just say UPC product ID type. And again, if ASIN does not exist, then Amazon product ID type would be UPC. And we'll save that. And we'll add that. And then again, we need to remake this EAN one as well. So EAN product ID type. Again, this is just the rule type. The input type is the option field. There's different values in here, but these are used for different rules. And the option field is product ID type. So again, we're going to say if ASIN does not exist, and we want to use an and here, UPC does not exist, then we want to set this Amazon product ID type to be our EAN. We've saved it, and we'll just go ahead and add that in. So this is how you would go ahead and account for if all of these values are not present, but you have one item that has one of each. This will allow you to ensure that it gets uploaded correctly to your site and finds its match.